Many people struggle to write clear, compelling marketing copy. I take that burden off business owners by crafting copy that cuts through the noise, allowing them to reach more potential customers and grow their business. Holly Fisher here with Fisher Creative Marketing. Thanks so much for joining me for another episode of Monday Marketing Minute. So I want to ask you a question. Is there such a thing as over-educating your potential customers and clients? Can you give them too much information? Well, the short answer is yes. Yes, we can actually give our potential customers and clients too much information. When we overeducate, we overwhelm. And overwhelmed people do nothing, right? Think about your own experience, right? If you're feeling just overwhelmed, maybe at work, at home, your to-do list is just overflowing. What do we sometimes have a tendency to do? Let's see, I think I'm gonna go scroll Instagram. I'm gonna catch up on the latest episode of my favorite show on Netflix. I'm gonna fold some laundry. I'm gonna do anything except what I need to do because I'm feeling overwhelmed. And the same thing applies to your marketing. When we overeducate people, we tend to overwhelm them. Two places where I see this happen a lot is on websites. And this really comes from a desire to help. We feel like we want to give people all the information. We want to answer all their questions. We want to tell them absolutely every single thing they could possibly ever want to know about our products or services. Particularly services, software, coaching, consulting. This is where I see this happen a lot, is that people want to just share all the information in an effort to be helpful. But instead, what it does is it actually overwhelms people. There's just too much and they aren't sure what they're supposed to do. They aren't sure how this product or service is going to help them. And so they get overwhelmed and they just kind of shut down. The other place that I see this really frequently is with emails. People think, I don't want to send too many marketing emails because I don't want to feel like I'm spamming people. So instead, they opt to maybe send an email once a month, once a quarter. And so what happens is that those emails are just packed full of information, right? You've probably gotten those emails, right? You open it up and it just scrolls on. It has so many things. I've gotten those too. And I get them from businesses and organizations that, I'm interested in what they have to say, but I get overwhelmed by that email. And so what do I end up doing, right? I don't read it. Or I say, you know what, I'll read this later when I have time. And then what happens, right? I never get around to reading the email. So a couple things that you can do. Take a look at your website. Do you have many pages, too many pages on your website, right? Really, if you are in a service-based business, you probably don't need more than maybe 5 or so pages on your website. So take a look. If you have 20 pages on your website, that's too many, right? You're probably overwhelming people. And then also think about your email marketing strategy. Are you opting to send people, fewer emails, but they're very long? What if you flipped that around and you send an email more frequently, but you sent less content, right? I would much rather get an email from someone on a more regular basis with just 1 or 2 quick little snippets than an email once a month or once a quarter that is just packed full and I don't have time to read it. So big takeaway today is just remember, if you overeducate people, you have a tendency to overwhelm them. We really just need to be tapping into the problem that we solve for people and how we can make their life better. That's the big thing that we want to address. We can get into all of the nitty-gritty of how we can work together when they take an action to, schedule a consultation with us or book a software demo, that sort of thing. So thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Monday Marketing Minute. I look forward to sharing even more ways that we can fuel your marketing.